Hey, just when I think, oh, what can I do? Because there's another freeze coming. There's no point in planting anything because there's another freeze coming. I found something to do. Let's go see. This is not pretty, is it? This is up in the front of my garden area on the other side of my patio. Look at my monstera leaves over there. They're so dead. Oh my gosh, it's awful. We're not talking about that. We're talking about this. Um, this is native plumbago, which is a host plant, but it grows very sprawly and all over the place. There's also, look at this poor porterweed. Look at that. There's that in here. So now that a lot of it has been frost freeze damaged, I'm going to get in and kind of maintain it because the rooted base is back in there. All of this area here is where it's just sprawled over. And I want this to be my new milkweed bed where there's going to be balloon milkweed and swamp milkweed, which I have some potted over here. Well, I want this whole area to be filled with milkweed. Well, now that this has died back, it'll be very easy to get in here and lift it up to trim it back or stand it up and get it off of this space. If that doesn't make sense, you'll see when I'm done. So I'm going to go do that. And I'll be right back and show you what I mean. And that's exciting because that's getting forward into spring and monarch caterpillars, and that's where my mind is. So let me go get to it. I'll be back. So what I think I'm going to do is I have these little, it's like a little mini trellis, only it looks more like a little fence that I got on clearance at Lowe's one time a while ago. And I think I'm going to do is I'm going to rake back the plumbago and then put one of the little fence things in to hold it there, and then keep the space where it was open for milkweed. These are what I'm talking about right here. Of course, I still have the tag on them. It wouldn't be my garden if I didn't have tags still on things. You guys, I just had the best idea. Okay, so I've got it all pushed back. You can see my little fence there with my tag. So look at all that space, which we'll go over there and look in a minute. But as I was raking out like the debris that's there, I thought, I could go ahead and put my balloon milkweeds out here and cover them with the little cones that I used in the last freeze, so that way they'll be good to go. And then they can kind of get used to growing in the space, but get out of my garden room and get out into the Florida sunshine, because they don't need to be under grow lights. They need to be under sun. And then I'll have more space in my garden room to start more seeds. Let's do it. Okay, we're going to follow the walkway back and look at all that space. It was just that plant laying down, and now it's standing up, and yeah, I'm gonna have to trim it, but that's not a big deal. Look at all that space. I love it. I'm so excited. All right, let's go. Right now it's 79 degrees. I just looked at the 10-day outlook, and we are forecasted to have 5 nights in a row of lows in the 30s. One of which is freezing. I can't believe it. It's so gorgeous out right now. You would never guess. You would think it's April. Okay. I love the milkweeds there. Let's go see that. On to happier things. I've also been leaf blowing my patio. It makes it look so much better, but I got to pick up. Look at all that moss. And there's a tree branch right there that blew out when we had those strong winds. So I still have to clean that up. But over here, There are my potted milkweeds. Look how cute this is. So right now they're just covered with the regular cloches because we've got several 80-degree sunny days and I want them to get that sunshine and not be stuck in that humidity dome where they might get leaf mold or mildew. So look how cute they all are. And right here's my giant milkweed. It froze, so I covered it. Hopefully it'll come back. If not, I will get another one. Usually when these come back, my little friends who like to come out and eat stuff, come out and eat the new growth. So it got a cloche too. And I brought out my Asclepias incarnata seedlings because I thought they'll love it out here too. And all of them will get safely covered for the 5 days. Oh my gosh, but I'll be here. It's just such a relief. It was hard going out of town last weekend during a freeze because I couldn't come out the next morning and check everybody. If they don't look like they're doing well out here, I can easily scoop them up and move them in. And y'all remember my 5 adorable little giant swallowtail caterpillars? They're fine. They all went and pupated while I was away, and I came home to 5 perfect little chrysalides, and they're in their enclosure in my office inside. I'm just gonna leave them in there because why bring them out when we're gonna have 5 nights of 30s? I don't think so. So yeah, but they're great. They made it. You guys, it's Saturday afternoon. I'm just out sitting in my garden enjoying the heat. Not really gardening, didn't plan to film, but look who's here. I can't even stand it. On these Mexican sunflowers. Oh my gosh, you are beautiful. You have made my day, beautiful monarch butterfly. I am so happy to see you. The 10-day outlook just extended and I'm done. I'm over it. These constant cold drops, uncover, cover my plants, bring them in, take them out. It's supposed to drop into the 20s next weekend. So I've got drops this week, Monday, which is today, Tuesday, Wednesday, a little warm up Friday, Saturday. I was getting excited thinking, okay, we're warming up, but no, it just extended now and we're going back down. So I'm doing it, y'all. I'm building a greenhouse somewhere in that garden room right over there. In that back corner, in there are boxes, and in one of them is a little mini greenhouse that I've had forever. And I thought, no, I'm not going to build it because I only use it for so long and then it takes up space. But we're building it right now. Let me go find it. Because these plants need sunshine. I can't just cover them or move into my Florida room for 2 or 3 weeks. Who knows how long this is going to last. So in the greenhouse, they'll be warm, they'll get their sunshine, they can thrive, and I know they'll be okay. It's going to be worth it because you know, if you know, you know, I do not like assembling things. But I'm going to do it for the plants and the future butterflies that shall enjoy them. It's in one of those 3 boxes. I have to try and figure out which one it is. All right, peeking in the top of this box, there's a lot of these, but that could mean anything. Okay, this is a good sign because this is shelving and that goes in the greenhouse. So, oh, and here's the directions. Yep, it's the greenhouse. Okay, I'm gonna go build it. So you guys, of course this is turning into a whole project and I'm running out of time, but I'm going to get it done. So I decided to put the greenhouse up here. And where I want to put it is kind of where all these things are here, only back further. And then I'm not going to use the shelving that came with the greenhouse. I'm going to put these in there. And because I like them so much better. The greenhouse shelving, this is my second one of these, which is why I bought one. And I didn't love the first one. It only held up one season. Had I known that, I wouldn't have bought the second one, but I have it and I'm going to use it. So I just wanted to pop in and show you that this is where it's going to be. That way I have easy access to it from the garden room if it's really cold, and just run out and check everything and run back in. And here we have two little snow square stem munchers. They love the snow square stem. You guys, my directions blew away. I cannot find them anywhere, but I think I can figure this out, right? I'm a very intelligent human. So I have my frame down and I put some random pavers under the edge of all the frame because I don't want little friends to dig under and think this is their new home. And oh my gosh, since I'm just going up, I think I can figure it out. I'm not building the shelves. It should be doable. Have faith in me, y'all. Have faith. Here we go. I found them. They were in my pocket. Thank goodness. Okay. It's not even funny what a nightmare that thing was. A nightmare, which I'll tell you about in a minute, but the sun's starting to go down and I want to walk through just real quick. We're not going to talk much because we've been doing this over and over again. Y'all should be experts on what I covered or did not cover in my garden, but I just want to show you real quick so you won't worry about my plants. Oh my gosh, I've got the little cones back. Yesterday I did all that. I knew it was coming. I thought I'm gonna do a little bit at a time instead of all in one day. I recovered that. I am like an expert at covering that now. Like that blanket just knows what to do. I covered my pipe vine and all the no I'm sorry guys, all the pentas and porterweed I cut down all the way down, and I put little plastic covers over because they need to get sunlight, and these are so easy to just pop off and pop on and pop off and pop on if it warms up tomorrow, you know. And you read like plastic's not good, don't cover them with plastic. Well, these things are plastic, so they did fine before. Hopefully they'll do fine again. I don't see why they wouldn't. Okay, so that's that down here. Now let's go down and talk about my garden nemesis. Let me tell you, this was a nightmare. If I ever think about buying a plastic covered PVC put together pipe greenhouse thing, do not let me do it. This thing, first of all, it has been sitting in my garden room for multiple years. So the plastic, it shouldn't be perfect, but it is missing a piece of the roof. Like I had the whole thing done, and the roof, the piece that goes in the center that holds all the roof pieces together, was not there. But I got something else to work and I was like, oh yay, but that took a while. So then as I'm pulling the plastic over, it will not stretch over front, top to bottom. It won't pull down the sides. I don't know what was wrong. And then I said to myself, I said, Susan, you don't need a roof. You're not going in here. The plants are. So I took the peaked roof out and just let it cave in. And then I put all the plants in. Well, then the front wouldn't zip because the plastic wouldn't pull around the sides. So, nope, Susan, you've been working with this thing for so long, you're going to figure this out. So here's what I did. Look, isn't it cute with its little flat top? Look at all my plants in there though. And that's what's important, because we're like a week and a half, 2 weeks gonna have to be living this way. And now they'll get their sunlight, but they'll be roasty toasty. There is the caved in roof. I put some little plastic pieces in there to keep the roof from popping up when the wind comes up. Actually want to put something heavier there. And then for the front door that wouldn't zip shut, I clipped on one of my blankets. And then those extra poles from the roof, they're doing a job. They're holding the blanket down. So looky there, guys. Looky there. And let me tell you what, as soon as all the cold is gone and done, and we are in the warm season, that thing is getting taken down and thrown out, and you are not letting me ever buy another one. The next greenhouse I get would be a real one. Oh, that'd be so lovely. If you want to help me get a real greenhouse, join the Milkweed crew. All right, so I'm going in. Guys, I'm cold. It's a lot later than I wanted it to be. Everything's covered for now, and I'll be back because I have some other fun things to do. I do not want this video to be all about the cold because we're sick of it, right? You're sick of it. You don't want to watch me dealing with it, but this was kind of funny, right? You should have heard me. If you could have heard me talking to all this as I was working with it, like that was right. I was telling it what it should do, and I was telling it literally. I say, no, you're not going to be difficult. You're going to tie together. You're going to fit here. You're going to do just what I want you to do. And sometimes it listened, and sometimes it did not. Okay, I'll see y'all in a bit. Okay, I think I'm finally ready to go in. I don't even know what time it is, but the sun is setting. I did want to show you, these are my seedlings that I put out. Some of them to cold stratify. Others, they're just going to live out here. They're tucked behind the wind, so they're not getting any of the wind. And they have their little domes on. I did recover my milkweed. Oh my gosh, I forgot these. I'm going to go grab a cover for, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I remembered them. I'm going to go grab a cover for them. This is just aggravating, y'all. It's aggravating. All right, milkweeds are covered. And here's another peek, the little nightmare. Y'all, this felt like back in my high school days when I had a term paper due, and I was that student who asked her teacher for permission to turn it in to her mailbox by midnight, the day it was due. And thankfully my teacher, oh my gosh, she was wonderful. She let me. And so it was me and my best friend. We drove to her house at about midnight and popped our term papers in her mailbox. Well, my term paper is officially in the mailbox, and it looks so light when I'm looking at the screen of my camera, but it's really getting dark. So I'm going in finally, and my garden's probably going to look this way for 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. Good night, everybody. Hey everyone, here I am again. It is Tuesday morning, and I'm sitting in front of my lush, vibrant monstera and one of my hibiscus plants. Aren't they pretty? Oh my gosh. So I have come to terms with the fact that I'm going to have to live a few weeks, maybe a month, with ugly garden, because it's just going to be what it's going to be. I'm not going to trim anything down till I'm sure we're safe. My greenhouse that I battled yesterday and won did its job. All the little plants tucked inside look nice and safe and snug. as little bugs. Let me see if I can, maybe see if I can sneak you guys in. Here's the opening without having to take my door off. There you are. You get to go inside. See everybody? See the sagging roof? But everything looks good. Y'all, if I found a butterfly in my garden, I would toss it in here and just leave it in there for the next week because it's gonna get cold. So maybe we'll see what happens. I was going to film more. I have some things that I need to unbox, purchases I made, and of things for future videos that I want to do. So I was going to unbox them with you, show you what I bought, tell you what I plan to do with them. But this video's full. The greenhouse hogged all the time. I know, it's that greenhouse again. But I will get to all of that. And coming soon, you guys voted on our poll, and dun da da, host plant tour won. So I'll be walking through this garden, showing you every host plant that I have, probably in the next video. And there's just so much more to come. So stay tuned and stay warm. And keep gardening, or keep dreaming of gardening, and just watch all my old content while you're waiting. I've got some great playlists of like garden tours and how to attract butterflies, that sort of thing. So go check them out in the playlist tab. And I will see you in my next video. Tap the like button. Bye, everyone.